Here's the deal, every single second, our sun is shedding an insane 4 million tons of mass. That's like losing a massive skyscraper every couple of days. By the time you're done watching this vid, it'll have lightened up by around 2.4 billion tons. Fast forward to about 5 billion years and our sun will run out of its hydrogen fuel, leaving behind only a tiny white dwarf. Talk about a drastic transformation. Now, imagine a mind-boggling 100 trillion years from now. Scientists predict that every single star in the universe will have fizzled out and all will be left with our black holes as our sole sources of energy. But here's the question. Could we ever replace our trusty sun with a black hole? Get ready for some cosmic jaw-dropping facts. But before we dive into the mind-blowing answer from scientists about our future survival chances, let's take a quick break and give it up for our awesome sponsor, NordVPN. As someone who loves exploring new places, I'm always on the go, hopping between hotel Wi-Fi, cafe hotspots, and more. And trust me, you don't want your credit card info or personal data getting into the wrong hands while you're sipping that coffee or enjoying a vacation. I've been rocking NordVPN on my devices lately, and let me tell you, this thing delivers. With its top-notch military-grade encryption, I feel secure knowing my online activity is protected from prying eyes. Plus, the speed. Absolutely insane. NordVPN's vast network of thousands of servers across dozens of countries ensures a smooth browsing experience wherever you are in the world. Even when you're exploring the Great Firewall of China, it's got your back. Now that we've got our online security locked down with NordVPN, let's dive into some mind-blowing space facts. If you want to level up your cybersecurity, be sure to head over to NordVPN. Come riddle and snag an epic deal, 75% off a 3-year plan, plus use code BIGEXPLAINER for an extra month on us. And don't worry if you're still unsure, NordVPN's got a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Alright, now that we've taken care of the basics, buckle up and get ready to explore. Scientists have been convinced since the 80s that every galaxy harbors at least one behemoth, a supermassive black hole with gravity so strong it warps space and time. Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about black holes and life in space. These cosmic monsters, with their supermassive gravity and intense radiation, are often considered the last places where life could survive. Just ask Sagittarius A, our Milky Way's supermassive black hole, which has an active galactic nucleus stretching a whopping 3,200 light years. No planet within that zone would stand a chance at keeping an atmosphere, making it seem like the ultimate life-killing zone. But here's where things get wild. A groundbreaking experiment just threw everything off balance, and we're about to explore what this means for our understanding of life in the universe. You won't believe what's coming next. Harvard University astronomer Manasvi Lingam and his team decided to flip the script on black holes null. Instead of focusing on their destructive power, they wanted to uncover the benefits these cosmic giants might offer. Using computer models of an active galaxy nucleus, they were able to challenge a decades-old assumption about the dead zone surrounding supermassive black holes. The results: the safe zone for life is way closer than we thought. For a massive black hole like Sagittarius A, it's possible that life could thrive just 140 light-years away. That's a whopping 3,060 light-years closer than scientists previously believed. Get ready to rethink what you knew about the universe and its potential for life. So, what does this newfound safe zone mean? Well, starting at just 140 light-years from a supermassive black hole like Sagittarius A, the habitable zone begins. This is where planetary atmospheres can stay intact, as long as they're chock full of matter, similar to Earth's density or more. Plus, the surrounding radiation isn't strong enough to wipe out all life forms. It's a black hole sweet spot where these cosmic giants might actually help kickstart new life. Imagine it, thousands of unexplored worlds could be teeming with life right now, orbiting within this safe zone. The possibilities are mind-blowing, and who knows what other secrets lie waiting to be uncovered in our universe. You're in for a real shocker. Research by the Lingam team blew our minds. They found that the intense radiation swirling around black holes can actually break down molecules and create building blocks of life proteins, lipids, and DNA. It's like nature's own recipe for vital elements right here. And get this, Harvard scientists think that same radiation might just give photosynthesis a major boost. This process is basically the game changer that turns sunlight into oxygen, which we humans desperately need to survive. The radiation can essentially provide the spark that kickstarts this reaction, shining a light on how life could thrive in these extreme environments. But wait, there's more. Some super tough bacteria have a secret weapon. They can form a protective shield called biofilm that keeps them safe from harsh ultraviolet radiation. And if that wasn't enough, these microbes might just be able to handle crazy high levels of radiation, making black hole neighborhoods not so empty after all. But here's the question: could humans join the party? Is there even room in this orbit for us? Scientists are left wondering how many planets can possibly exist in such extreme conditions. 1, 2, or maybe 9. The possibilities are leaving us starstruck, mind blown. Astrophysicist Sean Raymond from the Bordeaux Observatory in France has big explainered some crazy numbers. He claims 1 million potential planets could be lurking within this black hole's habitable zone. That's a whole lot of celestial neighbors. To get to this figure, he used a massive supermassive black hole with a whopping 1 million times the mass of our Sun. Now here's where it gets even wild. If these planets are Earth-sized or smaller, they could fit in a staggering number, at least 1 million. And guess what? According to Raymond's radical idea, they'd be grouped into 400 distinct rings, with an astonishing 2,500 planets on each one. So, buckle up and get ready for the ultimate galactic gathering. You'll never feel lonely on one of these planetary party spots. The view from a planet in this cosmic metropolis, absolutely breathtaking. With so many celestial bodies packed into such a tiny space, the distance between neighboring planets would be just 1/10 of our moon's orbit around Earth. Talk about being close. As a result, these planets would dominate the sky, making it seem like you could almost reach out and touch them. Now, here's where things get really trippy because of the black hole's gravity. Light passing through this region gets seriously distorted. This means that planets closer to the core would take on a deep reddish hue, while those farther away would appear a stunning blue. Picture it, a kaleidoscope of colors in the sky, changing every time you look up. It's no wonder that stargazing in this black hole system would be an otherworldly experience like nothing we've ever seen before. So, what if we're looking at a smaller cosmic neighborhood instead? Don't worry, the view would still be nothing short of breathtaking. But why, you ask? Well, think about it. Even with fewer planets, the close proximity and vibrant colors in the sky would create an atmosphere that's more than romantic, it's straight up magical. Now, let's take a look at how Hollywood has portrayed life near a black hole. In the hit movie Interstellar, our heroes search for a new home near Gargantua, but what they find are hostile environments that put humanity's survival on the line. It looks like danger lurks around every corner, right? But here's the thing, in reality, who says life near a black hole has to be all about struggle and adversity? Maybe, just maybe, it's an opportunity for something truly extraordinary. Let's get real for a second on. When it comes to life near a black hole, Hollywood thinks it's all about facing danger head-on. I mean, in Interstellar, Miller's planet is basically a ticking time bomb with its intense gravity, massive tsunamis, and toxic environment. But here's the thing, scientists say that's not entirely how things would go down. Take Miller's planet, for instance. According to the experts, if it were really orbiting Gargantua like in the movie, its proximity to the black hole would make time warp at an insane rate. 1 hour near Gargantua would feel like 7 years on Earth. So, who knows what life would really be like on a planet that close to a black hole? Maybe it's not all doom and gloom after all. Let's get real for a second. When it comes to life near a black hole, Hollywood thinks it's all about facing danger head-on. I mean, in Interstellar, Miller's planet is basically a ticking time bomb with its intense gravity, massive tsunamis, and toxic environment. But here's the thing, scientists say that's not entirely how things would go down. Thomas O. Petrini from the University of Palack in the Czech Republic big explainered some numbers and found out that if Miller's planet were really orbiting Gargantua, time would warp by an insane 60,000 times slower, meaning 1 hour there is equal to about 7 years on Earth. But here's where it gets even wilder. This crazy slowdown of time would also cause the planet to heat up to a mind-blowing 900 degrees Celsius or 1,652 degrees Fahrenheit. So Anne Hathaway's character couldn't just stroll across what looks like a beach. It'd be more like walking on the surface of the sun. And as for that tsunami, forget about it. O. Petrini says in reality, waves would be replaced by molten aluminum, because let's face it, Who needs water when you've got liquid metal? Here's the rewritten paragraph. You might think that space near a black hole would be a total disaster zone, and in Hollywood movies, it kind of looks like that. But trust us, there's a catch. If we could actually live near one of these cosmic monsters, we'd totally avoid those extreme conditions by keeping a safe distance. Scientists say the sweet spot for human settlement would be way out in the habitable zone, where things are chill, literally. Instead of a scorching sun, you'd get a cold black hole, not exactly what you'd call cozy. But here's why it wouldn't feel so glacial. The only light would come from gas and other stuff that gets pulled towards the black hole, heats up, and then radiates away. So basically, we're trading our sunny days for some serious dimness. But hey, at least we wouldn't have to worry about those crazy waves of molten metal. Here's the rewritten paragraph. Hold up, things just got even colder. If nothing gets sucked into that black hole, its temperature drops all the way down to absolute zero. Talk about chilly. And it's not just about the temp, the size of the black hole matters too. Let's take a planet like Earth, orbiting around a black hole similar in size to our sun. According to scientists, this tiny planet would only get about 900 watts of power, enough to keep us breathing for a bit, but that's it. With hardly any light and freezing temperatures, life as we know it would be toast. Plants and animals wouldn't stand a chance. Now let's dive into who might actually survive near a black hole. Surprisingly, polar animals, deep-sea fish, and us humans could hang on for a bit longer, thanks to alternative energy sources that kick in. But here's the thing, even amidst all this harshness, tiny underground bacteria would thrive for millions of years. They're like the ultimate space survivors. So, if you're planning an intergalactic move near a black hole, should you aim big and go for one that's way more massive? Astrophysicists think so. They reckon you'd need a behemoth black hole, around 1,000 times heavier than our sun, to generate enough heat for any chance of life. Let's put some mind-blowing numbers into perspective. Our sun dishes out an insane 174 quadrillion watts of energy daily. That's 170, 4 followed by 15 zeros in watts. But here's the thing, even a supermassive black hole, 1,000 times heavier than our sun, would only provide a meager 14.7 million watts. Now, before you feel like we're talking a slightly better deal, remember that's still about 1 billion times less energy than what we're used to. So, if humans were to live near such a massive black hole, the atmosphere would be unforgivingly cold and harsh. But it'd still offer a more hopeful future for all living things compared to being close to a smaller black hole. The good news is that scientists believe life could not only survive but thrive near a supermassive black hole, despite its extreme conditions. And here's an even bigger picture. They think it's inevitable. Life will eventually make the move to these orbits because, let's face it, our stars won't last forever. In fact, astrophysicists predict that won't happen until an astonishing 100 trillion years from now. So, we've got plenty of time to enjoy our sun and develop some serious space travel skills before life becomes a black hole dweller. But before we start thinking about life near black holes, let's not forget what might happen next on our own planet. There are plenty of reasons why our civilization could hit a roadblock, and that's a topic for another video. In the meantime, make sure to check out NordVPN, the ultimate tool for keeping your online adventures safe and secure. Head over to NordVPN.com or click the link in our description, and use the code BIGEXPLAINER for an amazing 75% off on their 3-year plan. Trust us, you won't regret it. And as a special thank you for watching until the end, use code BIGEXPLAINER not just for 75% off that epic 3-year NordVPN plan, but also get an extra month absolutely free. Don't forget to hit like if this episode sparked your curiosity.